Taurus, and welcome to your next 48 reading. This will be, I'm going to include it from tonight, and I'll just do another 48 reading in a day or two. So this is going to be from August 28th today until the 30th. And, it's funny. Okay, so channeled song that came through for you is, it's Fast Cars by Tracy Chapman, and that line, and I feel like I could be someone, and I'm laughing because the card that came out for you was the Queen of Wands, and that's so very fitting of her energy. She is really the first one to realize that she can manifest things that are in alignment with her heart. Like the Queen of Swords comes before her, and the Queen of Swords is very like, I can take whatever I want. I can speak the truth, and I can defend myself, and I can take what I want, whereas the Queen of Wands is like the next evolution. She's not quite the Queen of Cups, but she's very like, I know that I can have whatever I want so long as I become receptive to allowing that energy to come in, and that it's okay to listen to my heart, even if it doesn't seem like an alignment with what anybody else says I should be able to have or want or things like that. And she's also very much this kind of like a catty, playful, charming energy that's very like, I get what I want. Like just kind of that energy. So you might be feeling that way, or you might be interacting with somebody feeling that way, and they're still really like fitting in with kind of some of the leaving Leo energy. They might be a Leo, or you might have some Leo traits in you. This person might even be a little bit theatrical. She's kind of that person that's like, I know I'm irresistible as all hell, and you can't deny it. You know that I'm irresistible too. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a feminine person, but it is definitely in that kind of seductive feminine energy. I'm really getting called to the cat in this too. And that goes along with some of that playful, seductive energy, but it could also be, she could be somebody who is magical, maybe even pagan or Wiccan or something along those lines, or you may be finding yourself getting a little bit more into the esoteric side of life. And for some of you, I'm getting the sense too that you might be communicating with somebody who you've had a connection to, that has to deal with cats. It feels kind of like a nostalgic energy, so somehow dealing with the kitty cats, the pretty little kitties. Now in the shadow card position, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So somewhere in your heart and mind, being reflected with someone else, a new beginning is desired. Possibly financially, but it could just be like physically. Like you could be desiring a new beginning physically with somebody, or it could be that maybe intuitively you know that something you're working on is a good investment, whether that's financially or emotionally. Or it's just what you want. And it might also be that somebody offers this to you. Somebody might be offering you a literal gift, or they may be offering you a new beginning in a financial situation. In the Hot Topic card, we have the Four of Swords. Interesting. I'm getting the sense of this as a couple things. Somebody, and it could be you, or somebody you know, is still kind of wearing a mask about a certain situation that they're in, where they're kind of holding their tongue about the details of it. And part of it is because they really need to rest and meditate and really think about things, or if this is you, that's what you need to do. This is also, though, a lot of times people see this as not a great card, but it can sometimes indicate the need to kind of create a mindscape, a mental garden, to go into the 5D and really, like, work on, well, like, make a place for yourself in your imagination that feels like the safest place in the world, and let it be where you can take your prayers to. Maybe you plant a seed every time you pray, or you hang up a prayer tie or a prayer flag or something, like a place that you can regularly go when you're feeling a need to rest, or you're noticing that there's a place when you're recognizing a need for healing, either for yourself, or fours are often reflections. It's time for a pause and a reflection. So if you see somebody around you that's doing something that triggers you or exhausts you in some way, recognize that they're being called into your reality to help point out where you're doing those things too, either to yourself or to them. So, it's kind of that hot topic, but look where look at the things that come to you and that make you feel like tired, or like wearing a mask, or when you see somebody else doing that, look within. This is a good look within card, and think about how you can heal that within yourself, especially before you worry about taking any sort of action either way towards somebody else's, like, before you say, hey, you need to change this, look at yourself and see, hey, how can I change this? And not in a codependent, like, oh my gosh, if there's something wrong with them, there's something wrong with me. Take it as like a positive opportunity for growth. Which, it feels like, especially with Uranus retrograde in your sign, Taurus, that could be part of, Uranus retrograde is coming to shake things up and get us out of our comfort zone. So that could be part of what it's doing for you. And at least it's going to it'll probably equal a good new beginning, either financially, emotionally, or both. Now, in the heart of the matter, you have the Hermit card. That's definitely some Virgo energy in there. You may be feeling a little bit antisocial, or it may be that the situation that's coming up, it could be to deal with four or more people, is just feeling a bit overwhelming, and you feel like you really could use a rest. And in your heart is like you would like to be. In fact, Taurus, what I'm feeling called to, and I know a few Taurians who would probably laugh at this message, but if you're not feeling like being social, it's okay to not be social. And you don't ever need a reason to say no thank you to somebody. You don't necessarily have to, you don't have to be this energy all the time. You can just say, yeah, I'm just not really feeling social right now. Or, you know what, I'm really feeling like focusing on my work, or things in my, my direct area, or my garden. There's a garden in there. Like, I'm feeling like working on trimming my hedges, like stuff like that. You can just say that. And if somebody around you is being antisocial or in that energy, or maybe they're over focusing on work and that's making them tired of having a mask, it's okay to let them know that it's okay to be antisocial, it's okay to need space, and that they can always change their mind. Which is a good thing for you to remember also. Like, you or they can decide to be antisocial now, and then when they're ready, say, hey, I'm ready for a new beginning. It's all good. Underneath that, Three of Wands in reverse, with the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords. Okay, so that's not necessarily bad. We've got the Nine of Pentacles reversed, and the Two of Pentacles reversed, and the Page of Wands reversed, and the Devil reversed. Wow, goodness. And the Five of Swords reversed. There's a lot of reversals, and I've really shuffled this deck today. I've done a bunch of readings. Then the Seven of Wands reversed, and the Magician reversed, and oh look, we have our interloper photo bomber in there, Four of Pentacles, and in reverse, and the Ace of Wands. What I'm getting the sense of is that Uranus is coming in to shake up the way that we communicate things, and to look at what are we waiting for, what's making us uncomfortable and apprehensive. And it looks like it has to do with probably a male figure that has dominant air signs, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, or somebody who is in more masculine energy than feminine. And there's some sort of a situation where we need a new beginning in terms of communication, and truth. But it could be that this person is coming to you to tell you the truth, or it could be that because of this energy that you're waiting for the truth to be spoken so you can have a new beginning with them. Either you or them have been juggling money, words, emotions, and it's getting exhausting. That could be part of why, this energy. It could be somebody coming to tell you, hey, look, like, I'm totally wanting this new beginning. I'm a little scared and worried about it, but I feel like it could be transformative and really beautiful, and I'm ready to speak the truth and talk about some sort of a codependent situation, but I'm exhausted. And I don't know where to start on that conversation, and I recognize that I jumped into a situation that was toxic, but I'm ready to apologize for it, and I'm tired of being defensive all the time and doing it all on my own, and just being macho about it. But it could be that, like, either that person communicates to you that they were tricked, or it could be that they own up to you that they were trying to be a trickster to try to have it different, or were just being really immature, or it could be that you're owning this to somebody else, and either you or they are recognizing that it was never really a stable situation in the first place. It wasn't very mature, and it was probably a cover, like a cover story for something. And, ooh, okay. Well, this is funny. So this is the third ace that you have here, though, Taurus, that is an upright. And it's the Ace of Wands. So you've got the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. So there's some sort of new beginning coming for you. And I just saw 1111 on the clock. It's going to be good creative energy and inspiring, maybe a little bit of positive sexual or tantric energy in there. And it's going to help stand in truth and cut away negative situations, and it probably will be emotionally and financially stabilizing, or at least there's the proper breeding grounds for it. And in fact, with those aces, it could be that it is somebody coming in, or you figuring out the right way to create a new beginning that you and this other person have probably been waiting for. And you got the King of Cups there, so very likely somebody with Cancer energy or Pisces, Scorpio, and they could have some strong Aries placements in there too. And they are likely going to admit that they did not look before they leapt into a situation that could have been a relationship or a work situation or a religious situation or something. Like they fell into chaos, and they probably thought that they would end up on top, like, King of Pentacles position, and that but they're recognizing that they weren't, and they're probably recognizing that you intuitively knew this all along. And they probably find that very attractive, but they're not sure how to speak what they recognize to be true. But with all those aces in their Taurus, it sounds like they're at least going to try. And it might be that is why you are feeling this energy, or that they're feeling this energy of, like, I could be someone, or we could be something, and I mean, listen to the lyrics of that song and see what parts of it really, really resonate to you. Either way, I would recommend that it's definitely a good time to look at what does your heart want, and what are you open to, and what are you resistant towards, and how can you use this positive energy to continue riding the Uranus energy of getting out of your comfort zone, but in ways that I almost want to say you feel in control, but not with the necessary the goal to be in control. Just like, I mean, maybe that's it even. Like, how can you enjoy the ride and just be receptive to what you want coming in? Either way, it looks like you managed to get there. You managed to get a good new beginning, maybe something you've been waiting for a while, Taurus. Who knows? Leave me some feedback below when this stuff comes about, and let me know what it was. Thank you for your likes, shares, and subscribes, and I'll see you in the next video.